Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Janelle and I talk all things reselling as a part-time reseller here on YouTube. Today we have two things to do. We are going to the thrift store and we are doing a thrift haul. I've been doing a challenge for September of listing 5 items a day, and I'm going to be very honest. We're now the 20th and this is the part of the month where I'm seeing a dip in my motivation. I do believe I have male viewers on here because I do get some comments. If you aren't familiar with the luteal phase, please look it up. That's where I'm at right now, and the luteal phase just brings my motivation down. It makes sense. My hormones are fluctuating and things are just out of whack, and it is every month at that time where my motivation for YouTube, my job, cooking, cleaning, thrifting, I just don't want to do it, right? Then we come out of that and then I'm back to being motivated. I really want to continue though. I don't want to just let the whole week go by and not do what I want to do. So yesterday I only did 4 listings on eBay, which is fine. And then I did 1 on Poshmark. So I need to get the other items listed to Poshmark, and I need to list my 5 items today. So that started with the thrift trip, because one of the things with working full time, I actually worked 7 days this week. Been doing some overtime because we've needed it at my corporate job. It's been hard to go thrifting. I made sure that I woke up early. I went to the thrift store this morning for just an hour to get a few things for me to at least be able to list today. I'm gonna insert clips of that and then we're gonna come back and do a thrift haul. I actually started in the sweaters, hoodie section today, and I realized why I'm always in the tops and in the dresses. They are just so much more fun, colorful, character. When I am in the jeans section, it's just very boring. But I found this Talbot sweater in an extra large petite. It was half off for $7.50. I instantly put it in my cart. Definitely check the condition of things, but I did that later. And now I'm still looking in the sweaters before going on to my favorite section, which is the tops. I wasn't gonna get this Bowden blouse, but then I just looked up comps and they're selling for like 30 bucks, and this one is $6. So the last thing that I ended up filming here was this Zarina top, which honestly my best find. But let's go home. Alrighty, I am back from the thrift store. I got 6 things. No, 7? I got an outfit. I want to look up how much these are actually worth with you. I did that in one video and I feel like it's very helpful. Out of the 7 things I got today, I did check comps for 3 of them, but the other 4 I did not. So let's take a look together. Starting off with the first thing I grabbed. So this is a Talbot's sweater that is new with tag in a size extra large petite. For Talbot's, I've been really sticking to just extra large and up now. I used to grab a lot of larges, but I've been trying to focus more on extra large and up, especially petite. They seem to do very well. With the holidays coming up, I can see somebody grabbing this. It is a wool blend. Those are some of the reasons I got it. The size, the condition, the material, and also just the colors, you know, for the holidays. I did pay $7.50 for this, and we're gonna look up comps right now. If you are new to reselling, I did not have Google image search in the beginning of reselling, and once I got it, it was an automatic game changer. Download the Google app so you can use Google Lens. So I'm just going to quickly take a picture of the item. You will literally find a lot of eBay and Poshmark listings for the item. That's typically what is going to happen. Keep in mind that when you are checking comps that way, you're not really finding sold items as often. It's usually listed items. So I see that there is a used one listed for $25. This is where reselling gets a little technical. This one's listed for $25. It has 4 likes. It hasn't sold yet. It is a size large and it is used. So my size is better, my condition is better. New with tag is going to bring up that a lot, but at least I can get an idea of the item name, so I can try looking it up on eBay. And I can make an in-depth video about this if you guys want to. I can actually like share my screen and show you what I'm doing on eBay. But the thing is, I just don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys are experienced resellers that are watching or newer resellers. So I will need some feedback. So I'm just gonna put Talbot's Fair Isle sweater, and I'm gonna put condition new with tag and check the sold comps. Mostly they're between, I guess it is kind of what I thought, between 25 and 40. So I would think to list this for 35, right? And I paid $7.50, and yeah, it'll probably go for 25 to 30. That is a good flip for me. And while I was checking those comps, I just sold something, and I'm going to see if it is what I think it is. I sold something on Depop. I hope it is what I think it is. Yes. Okay. I bought a Reformation top new with tag on ThredUp. I wanted to try sourcing on ThredUp. Mogi Beth talked about doing it. I only ended up buying 2 tops, but now they both sold. They're both Reformation new with tag tops, and this one just sold for $50 on Depop, and I paid $13. So that's good. You'll see that in my next what sold video. All right, the next item. I am very, very pumped to look up comps for this one, so we're gonna do this right now. I have found this brand only once. It's called Zarina or Sirena. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, and it is a size small, but I have only found this brand one time. wrong. It was a size small pink button front shirt, just plain bright pink. It sold same day for $75. I think I paid $5. And once again, $5 shirt. That is my one experience with the brand. So I just looked at it and assumed like there's no way this is gonna sell for less than 25. And I say 25 because when I pay $5 for something, I want to make at least 20 to 25. I want to be able to at least list it for 25, you know? My mind tells me that this could be worth about 40. One sold for 16. I'm not really finding many though. I'm just gonna look up Serena top. Here we go. Looking at recently sold Zarina small short sleeve tops. I see one that just sold today for 50, one that sold for 30, one that sold for 35, one that sold for 45. Okay, this one is similar and this one says damaged. This one has a similar neckline. It's plain and it's damaged and it sold for 45. Now this one, this is how you start to learn, right? This one has the same kind of neckline, same kind of sleeve, but it has a print and it's not damaged. I would argue that this is like new without tag. Let's look at the material tag. Definitely looks new without tag. I always like to look for a crispy material tag and a very good condition brand tag. No like loose strings and stuff. How does the bottom look? Does it look like it went through the wash? It does not. So I'm gonna list this as Zarina new without tags, paid $5. I'm gonna list this for $60. Yes, I am. Next up is this Bowden top. I've said before that I don't really pick up Bowden tops. When I saw this, I said, okay, what is the size and what is the material and what is the price? Because I'm a little bit picky. For Bowden, I like to stick to dresses, pants, more substantial pieces. So this one was $6. So I'm like, okay, $6. I want to get at least 20 to 25. So I look at the size, it's a size 10. I like that. I look at the material, it is viscose and silk. I like that as well. So I looked it up and I did see some selling for about 30, and those were the same ones, but plain. We're selling 25 to 30. So I would probably list this for 30 because I like to price competitively. Yes, I can list it for 35, maybe a little higher, but then I feel like it's going to sit longer. So if I list this for 30, get an offer for 25, I'll take that. 6 into 25. One thing about me is that I am more focused on volume than profit. I do want to profit about $10 per item, but I want things to turn. I want to keep moving and keep selling and just have that add up every day rather than have things sit and try to squeeze the most profit out of everything. That's just not my style. Next up, I have these extra large J. Jill pants. These are 100% linen. Yes, I'm still picking up 100% linen in this time of year, and I think I will until we're in about November, December, because it's still not cold, right? It's still not super cold, and linen is just a fabric that people love. I personally love linen. It looks expensive, even though it's sprinkly, somehow it just has that expensive look. I know it's a very healing fabric for the skin. A lot of people are looking into the properties of linen. My favorite thing about it is that it does not stink. I could wear linen so many times without washing it, which makes it very environmentally friendly. I could go on and on about linen. I personally love the material, so if I do find something that is 100% linen and it's a good brand and good size, I'm probably still gonna grab it. So this was half off. I ended up paying $6.50 for it, and let's check comps. For this one, I'm not gonna bother scanning it because it's so generic. I'm just gonna put J. Jill linen pants. I could put extra large, I could put blue, but right now I just want to look overall because my fiance made a good point about this. The more words you put in the search, you know, some people might have sold the same exact pants, but they didn't put blue in the title or they didn't put the size in the title. So I just want to see everything right now. One sold today for $18.49. We have a linen blend in a size medium that sold for $25. So I have better material and better size. That sold yesterday. We have a small that sold for $18 yesterday. Again, I have extra large, which is a better size. Size 8 sold for $20 yesterday. So when things are like all over the place like that, 18, 20, 25, 22, I'm gonna list it on the higher end. I'm gonna list it for 25 and try to get an offer. I'm just trying to see if I should list it higher than 25. I think I'll do 25 to 28. I think 28 will be good. I like the size, I like the color. It's a very staple piece, so we're gonna list that one for 28. Next up, this one. I did look up comps for this one, so we don't have to do that now. I'll just tell you what I found. This is a Pilcro cropped jacket in a size small. I'm very disappointed because I paid $10 for it and I found a bleach stain, and my thrift store is no returns, no exchanges, so it went all the way through. That is very unfortunate because I paid $10 for this and a new one sold for $60 in this size Used are going for about 40. I had planned on listing this for 40, but now with the stain, I don't know if I should go lower, which makes me sad because when I pay 10, I like to at least be able to list for 40, at the least. But I'll probably end up listing it for 35. So I've got 2 more, and these are the best finds in my opinion. Maybe the Zarina shirt was actually the best find. Yeah, probably was the best find. But I found a fig scrub set. These were poppin' last year. I paid $7 just for a top and sold it like same day for $20. They aren't that crazy trendy anymore, but they're still selling constantly. Like, I looked at comps for this one as well, just because I was like, wait a second, why is my thrift store pricing this one so low? They priced it at $6 for the set when typically it was 7 to 10 for just one of them. They are going for about 45, even size small like this. So I'm very excited to turn 6 into 45. My last item is this Bowden dress, new with the tag. I did pay 15, and that might sound high to you guys, but in the beginning of my reselling, which was about a little over a year ago, Bowden was a brand that I would find all the time, and their dresses were always priced for 15 at my thrift. So I would buy them used, mini, smaller sizes, way less factors going for it than something like this, and I would list them all for about 45, and they would sell between like 35 to 40. This one is plus size. It's a 16 to 18. It is a midi length, so we got more fabric, longer sleeves, brand new, the newer Bowden tag. Yes, I'm gonna pay $15 for this. I just listed a pair of used linen Bowden pants yesterday for $80, and it's already getting a lot of traction. So when you see that newer tag in a really good size, you can price these up quite a bit. So let's take a look. All right, so this one sold for 40 on Poshmark. They had like no keywords in here. It just said Bowden dress, so I feel like we can do better than that. I like to look at a few because it could always be like a fluke thing, you know? After looking at comps, new with tag, this dress has sold for $40 on both eBay and Poshmark, which is a little bit surprising. I would think it would be a lot higher. I'm still gonna list for 50 to 55. I'll probably do 50 just to get it going. So it'll be 15 into about 45 to 50. And that is everything. That is everything I bought. I spent $60 on all of those items, and just selling the Zarina top, I should be able to recover pretty much the entire trip. I love when one item covers the trip and everything else is just profit. All right, so that is everything that I got today. I am going to wrap up this video here. I am going to list my 5 items, but I want to start editing this video first. That way I can make sure that this goes up, because I do see the consistency is bringing new people in, and just today I actually hit 200 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for the support. I have made videos on YouTube on and off for 10 years. I deleted a lot on my other channel. It's another thing, like with motivation, it just goes up and down, but so far since starting this channel, I've been able to post every Monday, Thursday, so I'm like really trying to keep that up. So I'm almost prioritizing that even more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other videos you want to see from me, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.